Welcome back to Buzz TV and our latest segment, Ask the Attorney. Today we're here with a very influential attorney in Northeast Florida from Jonathan H. Goodman, PA, which is your law firm. We have, of course, Jonathan Goodman. Thanks for being here today on the Ask the Attorney segment.
Thank you, Jeff.
Now, I know you come from a long history of law professionals. We were talking offset and your father was a law professional. Is that what ignited the spark in you to start your law firm?
Yes, it was.
And where did that come from? Watching him take cases as a child, or what made you say, you know what, I think I want to get into that profession as well?
Well, he would come home and discuss cases with me, and with the other kids. I've got brothers and sisters, and so it was interesting to hear what he was up to and handling cases. So I thought I would try it.
It's interesting. He must peer over your shoulder and look at some of the cases you have going on.
Well, he wants to get back in there into. I took over his firm. Okay. He retired in 1994, and he's 92 now. And but he's he wants to get in there. He just yesterday he said, you need my help on anything. He wants to get in there and do some more law work. But sometimes I can't. Yeah, and every now and then I do. Pick up the phone and say, hey, what do I do on this situation? But
that must be nice to have an expert lawyer in your corner like that. What area of law do you predominantly focus on?
Probate and real estate, those two areas.
And when you say real estate, in regards to like the transaction aspect of it, or let's say I'm a client that comes to you, what would I be coming to you for in real estate, and how can you help me in regards to protecting me legally?
Well, there's two ways primarily that I have to deal with real estate issues. One is a transaction where somebody's buying or selling property, house, vacant lot, whatever. So that's just a straight transaction. The other way is through the probate process. It's very helpful to have a background in real estate because probate involves real estate so many times. There's just so many issues with probate and real estate connected to each other. Especially with homestead, a lot of people don't really understand the nuances of homestead in relation to homestead real estate. There's a lot of rules that the state of Florida has promulgated, and you have to know those rules if you're going to be an effective probate attorney.
I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, my wife's a real estate professional, millions of dollars of real estate on the market. And they have so many different rules. It's interesting. She graduated from real estate school, and it was expected to know how to acquire a customer when she knew more about the law than anything. I said, you might as well go get your law degree, as if it was that easy, right? So we were talking offset about advanced directives.
Right.
And you were really enlightening me. Could you share with us today about why that's important and what advanced directives are?
Sure. Advanced directives are documents. Basically, that's what they are. They're pieces of paper, and these papers are saying what you want to happen under certain circumstances. So the one everybody's aware of is called a will, or the last will and testament. And that, of course, one of the primary goals of the will is to say where you want your things to go when you die. And the will is only effective when you're dead. You can write as many wills as you want. You can write 5 wills a day, but it's the last will that you've done before you die that's the effective one. Of course, it has to be admitted to probate if it's going to be probated. So that's a document. And in there, you, of course, set out who you want to be in charge of your estate after you're dead, and that person's called the personal representative. And to write an effective will, there's a whole lot of other things you have to be aware of as well. But by and large, that's the reason for the will, is to say in advance what you want to happen when you're deceased. The other ones are, another one is called a pre-need guardian document. As an example, you could have several children. Only one of them would you trust to be your legal guardian if you had to have a guardian. The other ones you wouldn't want to be in charge of your person and your property, because guardian there can be two types of guardian, of the person and the property. And so you, in advance, can say, I want Jimmy to be my guardian, and if anybody ever tries to be my guardian. So if Sally has petitioned the court to be the guardian, Jimmy can come in there. Actually, if you file, you're supposed to file the pre-need guardian document. That comes up on the computer screen at the courthouse, and now Jimmy has the opportunity, and the judge is more than likely going to go along with the person's wishes back when they were competent. If they had Alzheimer's now, or they had a stroke or something like that, that created the need for the guardianship in the first place. Another one is a living will. I don't like the name living will, but that's what the legislature's chosen. That one is the one that says, don't keep me alive under artificial circumstances. Doctors, hospitals, don't go to heroic measures to keep me going with respirators, tube feeding, intravenous food, and things, all of those type things. Just let me go naturally with medication that would relieve any pain that I have. If this is only when you're knocking on death's door, you're terminally ill or something. This allows the doctors to to pull the plug, so-called, and not incur any liability or anything like that.
Right, and with so many of us having aging parents right now, I mean, we should give you a call, and I'm glad that you came on the Ask the Attorney segment. How can we get a hold of you to ask you these questions about advanced directives?
Well, my phone number is here in Jacksonville. I'm on the west side, Cassett Avenue. It's 904-389-1346. And I have a website, johngoodmanlaw.com. Yeah, I think that's it, johngoodmanlaw.com. And that's, I guess, the best way to get a hold of me.
Phenomenal. You gave a lot of insight for us today. I really appreciate you coming on the Ask the Attorney segment. For another Ask the Attorney segment, Jonathan H. Goodman here to enlighten us about advanced directives. Go and check him out. Visit his website. Thanks for joining us on another segment. Share this out on all of your social media feeds. And if you're like me with aging parents, he is definitely the person you need to see to arrange all of those final directives and things you need to situate in order to ensure mom and dad and aunt and uncle are squared away. So for another segment, I'm Jeff Shuford, your host. Thanks for joining us on Ask the Attorney.